Welcome back, team. So, in our previous session, I think we just understand the importance of the Helm charts and what exactly we need to do as part of the Helm charts. Those things we'll understand. And especially if you think about this case, I think what are the manifests you are deploying manually by using CI/CD, which you are planning to package all those things together. That is called exactly the Helm chart. And this particular Helm chart is different for different environments. How you are differentiating, you are maintaining all your templates here, and you are passing the values by using an external YAML file. That is what exactly making your Helm chart is completely parameterized. So this technique we should use in real time. If you use this technique, I think this is absolutely smooth, and you can reach your goal as part of our coming up architecture also, coming up DevOps model also. Okay, that's exactly the case thing. All right. So once your understanding is good on this particular thing, now let's move on and just try to play with Helm charts a bit here. Okay. All right. The first and foremost thing, let's go to the portal and let's switch on our cluster. We'll wait for a while. So as I mentioned, this is how exactly a Helm chart would be. Okay. So let me take another box here, and so that I think your view will be very good. Okay, let me just use that particular another box. I'm just pasting over there, and you can notice here, I think especially what are the things, especially as part of your Helm chart, the same thing only. There is no any other difference, but few things additionally been added here. I will highlight those things for you, so that I think you have a very good understanding here. Okay, all right. So for instance, I'm just talking about a few things. Okay, especially the templates part. Just a moment. Yeah, under the templates part, if you notice, this particular templates part is the one exactly what are the things I'm just highlighting. Right. So what are the things I'm just highlighting? Those things and all as part of your templates. Please understand. So I'm just keeping those things here. These are the templates part. Okay, this is completely a templates part, and again this particular test connection is part of inside the test folder. Okay, that's all exactly the case here, team. Awesome. So sorry, yeah. Okay, so once your part is done, right? So once your part is done, and this is what the values YAML, which you know already. So if you refer this particular diagram team, okay, this is pretty much clear. And this is what exactly talking about your Helm chart also. For instance, this is what your Helm chart. Okay, this is what your Helm chart as part of your. I'm just keeping the chart as outside. Maybe you can have a very good idea. NGINX chart, for example. Let's take NGINX chart. Okay. So as part of the NGINX chart, whatever you are considering at the moment, you are seeing few folders and the few files very clearly here. Okay. Let's understand and let's deep dive into this particular NGINX chart. I think don't think like these are the only 4 things. You can consider all your templates, possible templates, a lot. Okay, you can think all those templates also, not an issue. And especially if it comes to the NGINX chart, okay, let's understand one by one very clearly what exactly and each and everything purpose here. And we'll try to understand those things. Okay. So how you have especially when it comes to Git repository, usually you have the git ignore, right? That's a very common thing. Usually we will have the git ignore is the git ignore file is the one which will help you to just block the unwanted files while checking to the repository. In the same way, Helm also has the Helm ignore. Okay, Helm ignore. I'm just writing dot Helm ignore. Okay, the dot Helm ignore is the one. Helm ignore is the one. Especially this is the one exactly. If you don't want to include, for example, I don't want to include anything, include specific file. The Helm chart. Okay. Then we can use this. Okay, we can use this. So that is what exactly the Helm ignore is the one exactly will helpful for you. Let me maintain some size so that I think your understanding would be good, team. Okay, I'm just keeping this particular thing is at least 100. Okay, so fine. So that is what exactly the Helm ignore advantage, team. Okay, so fine. So that is what the Helm ignore. Then we can use this particular option. Okay, fine. All right. The next one in this particular chart, you are saying chart.yaml. So chart.yaml is the one. What is the purpose of the chart.yaml? We will see now. Okay. For instance, okay, chart.yaml. If you see the chart.yaml, so for example, the chart.yaml is the one which contains information about the Helm chart version, name, description. Okay, Helm chart information about. I'm just typing in. Okay, information about Helm chart version, name, description. Okay, that is what about the chart.yaml. And there is, okay, as part of the hierarchy, okay, let's come to the template a bit later, and I'm just going for the values.yaml. Okay, there is one more, chart.yaml and values.yaml is the one first I'm covering. Okay, if you see this particular values.yaml thing, okay, values.yaml is the one exactly will helpful for you, whatever the, for example, parameters, all your parameters. Okay, so we'll define values for the Helm templates. Okay, Helm templates. You will define values for the Helm templates. Okay, for example, what are all the values? For example, image name. Example I'm just giving. Okay, for example, image name. Okay, image name or replica count. Just example. Okay, replica count or HPA configuration, HPA values, right? So these and all definitely you can pass from your values.yaml. A lot are there. Don't think like only these three values. I think a lot are there. An interesting fact is this file will vary. File means YAML values YAML. Okay, I'm typing very clearly. Values.yaml will vary env to env. So that is what exactly you learned yesterday. See, values.yaml is varying. So that is why values YAML, which is varying from environment to environment team. That's the point exactly I'm highlighting. Okay, that is what exactly about the values.yaml. So once the values.yaml understanding is fine, okay, then what exactly I'm going to do, I'm just going for the charts folder. So there is one more folder called charts here. If you notice this particular thing, there is a folder called charts. Then you should think about, okay, what exactly these charts folder advantage. For example, in some cases you may need to depend upon the another chart, for example. Okay, so some dependency. For example, today you are dealing with the nginx chart. Okay, for some cases maybe if you just take a real-time case, so one chart is depends upon the another chart, meaning that you have one service. I'm just giving an example. You have one service called middleware. Okay, this is a middleware, and this particular service needs to be deployed only after another service, which is a fabric. Maybe I'm just writing mobility. I'm just writing another service. Just assume these are all the dependency services. First, this should be deployed. Then only you can configure this one. For example, some dependency is there, meaning that the output of this one maybe you are using in this particular middleware Helm chart. In this particular case, there is a dependency which you are clearly highlighting. Such kind of cases, first you will keep mobility Helm chart under the charts folder. Then what it will middleware at this entire chart is talking about middleware. But inside charts, you placed a mobility. So then first mobility will be deployed. On top of it, middleware will be deployed. So that's exactly the case. So especially I can talk about consist of another chart. Okay, another chart. That's the first thing which you need to think about. And why it consisting of another chart. Okay, if main chart have a dependency, has a dependency, then we will add a chart under this. Okay, that's all then. Okay, all right. So we'll add a dependency chart. Whatever the chart actually we are thinking about, I think we'll add a dependency. I think secondary chart. You can think about it's a mobility in this example. Okay, all right. So once this is done, team, then the interesting fact is the templates. Okay, if you notice this particular thing, there's the templates folder. If you go for the templates folder, there I think we can think about, okay, this directory completely consisting of Kubernetes manifest. Okay? Completely comes with the Kubernetes manifest. Okay, and the values are templated, via values YAML. Okay, please understand this one. That's what exactly I'm stressing from previous session onwards. Okay, that is exactly the thing. Then you know what are all the what are all the Kubernetes manifest? You know that already, like deployment, service, PV, PVC, each and everything. everything team. So everything you can see that particular thing. But by default, Helm chart will create some dummy templates. Those templates you will modify according to your need. That's exactly the thing we will do usually. Okay, that is fine team. Okay, now I'm just going further. So once the templates are over, I think there is a something called nodes.txt also. Something called nodes.txt. Okay, nodes.txt. So nodes.txt is the one. Generally, you will use this particular plain text file that gets printed out after the chart is successfully deployed. So after your chart is deployed, I think it'll print the information whatever it consisting of. Okay, I'm just going. It gets printed out. Okay, it gets printed out after the chart is deployed. Okay. So what are the information printed out after the chart is deployed? So what are the information you place? I think this information will be deployed once the chart is deployed. Okay, and displayed once the chart is deployed. So you can consider this one as a reference. Is everything smooth or not? Also, you can consider that. And the next one is the helpers.tpl. So there is one more, which is especially the helpers file. If you go there, this particular helpers.tpl. So this is another file which you can think about. And this file consisting of what exactly this file consisting of? Several methods, subtemplates. So I'm just writing several methods and subtemplates. Okay, so subtemplates, and these are not rendered to Kubernetes object definition but are available everywhere within chart templates for use. Okay, so what exactly this particular case here is, let me explain this one bit detail. Okay, what are the values specially you're using under this helpers.tpl. So what exactly the meaning? See, you are passing values.yaml to all your templates. Okay, you are filling already. And at the same time, if you want to use any specific names, for example, across all environments, okay, common names. For example, I want to use the same release name across all environments. Otherwise, service name must be same. So such kind of things still you can control by using helpers.tpl. Okay, that one definitely will help you in controlling such things. Okay, so I'm just keeping here. It will be available within the chart templates. Okay, it's for use. Okay. Alright, so it will be available everywhere within the chart templates for use. Okay, so that's what exists. So meaning that I think chart templates can make use of the helpers.tpl comfortably without any doubt. That's what exactly I'm telling. Okay, and finally there is one more, which is a test. For example, test folder is there, right? So there you are seeing something called test, right? So test. So this particular test, what is exactly the purpose of this particular test? I think this is the kind of a test cases only. For example, we can define our test in our charts to validate that our chart works as expected or not. Okay, so to validate our chart, that is exactly the first thing. To validate our chart works as expected. Okay, works as expected. Okay, when it is installed. That's all. So simply we described completely about your Helm chart, complete discussion we made here. What is the purpose of each and every file? So that is the main thing here. All right, that's absolutely fine. Okay, now what exactly I'm going to focus here. Okay, I'm going to focus is interesting fact, especially the next interesting fact. So this is exactly the meaning for this particular Helm chart. Once we are okay with this, now we'll go to the practical part of your Helm chart, so that I think we can start understanding about how exactly the Helm works, each and everything. Let's go back to your Kubernetes cluster. Its cluster is wrong. That's awesome. And just go to the virtual machine. Let's go back to the virtual machine. Okay. So once you go back to the virtual machine, this is exactly the virtual machine which you are playing at the moment. Okay. Or let it start first. Okay. So mission is on. So now I'm just going for the Visual Studio Code. So that's usually the exact connection usually we will use. So absolutely fine. Just go to the Visual Studio Code. So once you go to the Visual Studio, sorry, I'm not download. You just go to the Visual Studio Code. Yeah. Okay, I'm just giving some password for this particular case. Okay, just passing the password. Okay, alright team, awesome. So you're on the virtual machine, that's good. So you can go there and you can double check in the internet also. Helm installation. Especially when you are just installing the Ubuntu. So I believe, so what are the commands I think you are planning to use? So far you have used kubectl command, right? Kubectl is exactly the client version which you have used to deploy all your manifest. Okay. In the same way, you also need to have some Helm installation, especially to just make sure on the your client machine. That's what Helm CLI. Okay, you need to install the Helm CLI. How to do that is it's a very straightforward only. So you don't need to worry at all. It's very straightforward. You just go to the Ubuntu. That's all. These are all the steps exactly you're seeing at the moment. Okay. So always it's a very good technique which you can use one specific thing. Copy. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 commands are there. Instead of executing 5 commands one by one, you can go there and you can create one file called maybe you create a folder maybe for your better benefit. I'm just so that I can share the Helm folder directly. Okay, Helm discussion. Okay, I'm just creating Helm discussion. So as part of this particular Helm discussion, I'm creating a one file called Helm installation first. Okay, Helm install .sh. So I'm creating a script called Helm install. What are the commands I copied? I'm pasting here. Just save it. That's all you need to do, and just drag it. That's it. Hit enter. So when you are doing this particular thing, just telling okay, it's running short of access. Okay, so now you just give the access for that particular file to be executed for the Azure user. I'm just giving the permission, a full permission for that file, and just trying one more time. Just try. That's all. See, your Helm installation is very smooth. This is the smart way you need to behave when you have this set of commands. If someone asks you, please automate the process. First step, what you need to do. You just get all the commands, collect all the commands, keep in a file, just give .sh and just run it. That's all team you need to do. You don't need to do anything. This is very easy also. Okay, that is a step now, first level of automation. Okay, next you can think about the logics. If anything is really required, anything needs to be modified, you can think about the second case by using the bash script. Okay, we'll cover the logics in the bash script, not at the moment. Once your Helm is installed, now what exactly we are going to hear is, I think if you double check, just type Helm. Okay, just type Helm. So Helm will respond with the Helm commands. Okay, that is exactly the technique which you can understand. Okay, Helm been installed already. That's awesome team. Okay, so I'm just going there and clearing the screen. So once what exactly you need to do, once your task is done, I'm going to create one particular chart. Okay, I'm just creating Helm. I'm just creating one chart team. Okay, nginx -chart. Okay, I'm creating a chart called nginx. Just attempt it. Okay, so creating. Okay, it seems to be. I think there is one chart is already exists. I'm just cleaning that particular thing so that I think your understanding will be very smooth. I'm deleting the existing ones. Okay, now you try one more. So creating nginx chart. So meaning that some nginx chart is being created. That's what exactly the thing happened. Okay, let's understand that one team. Okay, go for the nginx. So this is what exactly they are talking about. Okay, they are talking about. If you see this particular nginx chart team, okay, nginx chart, this is exactly we talked about so far. See chart.yaml, charts folder, template folder, helm ignore file, values.yaml. So far we are understanding about this thing. You open the templates. See, these are all the templates are being considered by default. That's what exactly you are saying. Deployment, HPA, ingress, service account, everything. That's okay. Now let's go to the chart.yaml, for example thing. So this is what exactly I discussed about just before. Okay, this is what exactly the thing which consisting of your chart version, name, description, each and everything. Okay, that is what exactly you are saying. If you want to override something, your particular Helm releases or what of the Helm you are just playing with. For example, If your thing, this is not nginx, for example, this is middleware, you can type this particular nginx with the middleware. You can replace wherever you see the nginx, that one with the middleware. That is what exactly you can maintain, and you can make sure also. Okay, you can make sure also. And also, not only this one, you can give the maintainers also. You can still add some maintainers as part of this particular thing. For example, let me add this particular. You can add some maintainers. For example, okay, maintainers. Okay, I'm just giving some maintainers name, and you just go there. I'm just giving some name here, just saying that okay, email colon, okay, some abc at gmail.com, for example. Okay, at gmail.com. You can control these things also still, team. This is also absolutely possible. Okay, you can give this one, and you want to define some name also for you. I'm just giving name. Okay, name abc. Okay, something like that. Okay, you can maintain this maintainers also. That is also absolutely possible. Okay, no doubt in that. Okay, and especially you can see this particular API version. API version v2 is referring exactly you are using the Helm 3. Helm 3. That is what exactly the thing you need to use. Not Helm 2, Helm 3. Helm 3 is the one exactly you need to use, which is the latest one. Okay, you need to use that one. Okay, if you give v1 here, that refers to the previous version of the Helm. Don't go for that. Don't go for that, because that particular architecture, Helm architecture, is different there. The tiller will be there in the picture. That architecture is completely different. To overcome such issues, only we came to the Helm 3. Okay. There is a client server communication which is required again in case of the Helm first, I think previous version of the Helm, where you need to install the tiller inside your server and you need to play accordingly. So, but in our case, we no need to install anything. Simple Helm client is more than enough. Okay, that's exactly the thing. And you just see the name of this particular denotes the name of the chart, and description if you want to give something over there. Okay, and you're seeing a type is application. That's fine. Okay, what are the thing you're just giving? Okay. Okay. For example, next one, for sometimes the type is the application which you're seeing, right? So for example, if you want to reuse this chart for another chart, for example, okay, so then you need to give this particular thing as not application, it's a library. You need to give the value as a library. Then you can use this particular thing for the other charts comfortably. Okay, that is what exactly. And version is the one which you're seeing. Okay, this denotes exactly what is your chart version. Helm chart version is the one exactly till denote. Okay. Okay, and there is another version which you are saying. This is the default one which is coming as your application version. Okay, these two are different things. One is chart version, and another one is application version. So that is all exactly about this particular thing. Maintenance, anyway, you know information about the owner. Who is the owner of this chart is the one exactly consistent. Hope you are very clear about the chart.yaml. That's what exactly we sorted out. Right. So once your task is done, what exactly I'm going to do, team? So now, I'm just going inside the nginx chart. Okay, I'm just going inside. So let me just expand this particular thing. So expand this particular thing, and especially inside this particular chart. Okay, you're seeing a lot of things, right? For example, let's say all these things you're seeing. I'm cleaning all my templates. Okay, let's go with a very fresh model so that you will get a very good understanding. RF minus RF. Okay, what are the things are there? I'm just cleaning everything. What are the things are there inside the templates folder? To clean everything, you can use star hashtag. So meaning that your template folder will be cleaned. What all the things are there inside, everything will be cleaned, team. Okay, just hit enter. Okay, awesome. See, your template is empty completely, team. This is what exactly I'm highlighting. That's okay. So you cleaned everything. You don't have any manifest at the moment. Okay, fine. Now, what exactly our goal? I'm going to do one interesting fact here. Okay. I'm just going to the template folder. Under the template folder, I'm just creating a file called deployment.yaml. Okay. Let's go one by one. Okay. Deployment.yaml. Okay. For example, I'm just creating one YAML called deployment.yaml. And specially, let me take one default deployment.yaml so that your understanding would be very smooth. Okay. First, let's understand the concept. Okay. So for example, this is simple nginx deployment. If you can recall this particular thing, which I explained in the Kubernetes in deep. So API version, kind, metadata, and the spec is the one exactly the common thing which you can think about. And the replicas set, you can see deployment replicas you are seeing too. And it is matching with the exactly the label as app colon nginx, and followed by the pod templates, followed by the containers section. Everything is there. I don't see any issue. To be frank, this image will be pulled from the Docker Hub. That's the thing exactly you planned. Okay, fine. But if you see this particular deployment YAML, this particular deployment YAML is a completely a static file, meaning that each and every information is a hard coded. Each and every information is a hard coded. That is what exactly you are seeing. Okay. For example, if you want to use the same thing for different environments, you need to create 3 deployment YAMLs. So then only you can make sure of this particular deployment YAML. But we are going to see now. We are going to see how you can make use of, especially how you can make use of a parameterization when it comes to this particular file type. That's what exactly we will try to understand. Okay, we'll try to understand and we will see how exactly this works as well. Okay, all right, team. So now what exactly the thing I'm just going to do. So let's go back to this particular values.yaml and we will try to see and we'll try to assess the case team. That's what exactly we'll try to see. Okay, for example, you are seeing something in the values.yaml. Okay, that's awesome. And also one more thing I want to highlight for you. There is one more thing called under, not this one. Okay, there is one more under the chart.yaml is the one which we have seen already. This is what the thing. Okay, fine. No worries. Okay, so now what exactly the thing I'm just going to do, go to the values.yaml, especially under the values.yaml is the one exactly I'm going to play and pass the parameters accordingly. Okay, pass the parameters accordingly. So now how to pass this particular thing? So those things also you should understand very clearly how to pass these parameters and what exactly the technique we can use. Okay, let's do that thing. I'm just cleaning this one. I'm just cleaning this particular thing. Okay, what are the things are there? Because don't confuse with this particular thing. I'm just cleaning the values.yaml. Let's do it very fresh. Okay. And especially, I'm going to keep few values in the values.yaml so that I think your understanding would be really good. Okay, I'm just keeping some values. Okay, for example, I'm just copying few values here. So this is simple, very simple thing. What are the values you are planning to pass? You don't need to give indentation. That is your wish only. Okay, no, not really needed actually. So if you give this particular thing inside also, not an issue, but you need to read accordingly. So for example, if it is inside the image, you will read image.repository. If it is inside the service, you will read service.name, service.type, something like that. That's the only difference. I'm passing few parameters, especially from the external world, right? That how you will receive those values. Okay, that is the interesting fact which we are going to modify. For example, let's go to the deployment YAML team. Okay, let's make the deployment YAML. And just a moment, let's make the 2 files side by side so that your understanding will be very smooth. Okay, yeah, all right. So this is what the values.yaml which you are seeing at the moment. Okay, so now team, what exactly the thing I'm just talking about. For example, there you can see the replicas, right? For example, replicas. So for example, to get a value from values.yaml to the replicas, just example I'm just giving. Okay, what you need to do? Braces. You just need to start with the braces. Dot. You need to type capital V. Values. Always the same syntax. Dot. Values refers to, it will come to the values.yaml. Please understand. Then you are referring a replica count. Copy that and just go there. Whatever the name is there, you just use that one. That's all you need to do, team. Space. In this particular format, save it. Now you know what you did. You are not hard coding anything inside your deployment YAML. Instead, you are getting that value from the values YAML. That's what exactly you did at the moment. Okay, let me fix few more. For example, especially, I'm just going for the image section also. This is the image. This image section is already defined here, right? Let me read this one. How exactly you need to read, or you need to understand very clearly. This is repository and this is the tag version. Please understand. Repository tag version. How to get this particular part. Same thing. I'm just removing the nginx. How to get the nginx team? Again, concept is same team. Come on, concept is same. Okay, I'm just opening the 2 braces. As part of the 2 braces, the first and foremost thing, give some space. And dot values is the first thing which you need to consider. Dot, and you need to get the first value as image. Dot, or after giving the image, there you can see the repository. Okay. Repository. Okay, this is the thing exactly you need to make sure. This is exactly the thing you need to follow as well. So once your task is done, but your tasks are not fully done, there is one more called 1.16.0. This particular thing also you need to make sure. No, again brace and just open this particular thing. Dot values I'm just giving dot values, right? Dot values, dot image, dot tag, right? Dot image dot tag, right? That's the dot image dot tag. That's all. So now you have fulfilled the values. Okay. For example, let me come here. If you recall this particular thing, I believe at the moment I believe you are seeing that particularly you are seeing the same thing. Okay. So please double check this one. So what exactly you achieved? So you just achieved one interesting fact, especially for the image section. For the image section, team, what are the things you are saying, right? For the image section, you are just seeing values.image.the : and some information exactly you got it. Okay, you got it. You got exactly the same information. I believe your double quotes. Let me double check. I don't think so. These are really required. Maybe if it is really needed, we can see later. Okay, I don't think so. Those are really required. It's okay. Okay, so far you just added your values. I believe this color is not changed, means I think double quotes are compulsory. We will see this one later if it is really throwing an issue for us. Okay, not an issue at the moment. Alright, so once this is done, there is again a pull policy. There is image pull policy, right? This is image pull policy. Tell me how to write this. Braces, two braces, again values dot values dot image dot pull policy or something like that. This is what exactly you need to follow. That's it. See, you fulfilled everything, you know. You fulfilled everything. What are the things I think exactly you're expecting? I think those things you filled already. That's really awesome. For example, for containers name especially, this is NGINX, right? Container name, you're saying container name. But I want to give a chart name for the container name, chart name, everything you want to maintain same. So chart name is sitting in the chart.yaml, right? This is what the chart name chart.yaml. How to refer this value? To refer this value, Tim, you just go there to the NGINX and there you just give again braces dot chart, capital, okay? Chart.name. That's all, team. You need to maintain something like this. Awesome, right? Awesome. So, and also this is what exactly you need to follow. A technique whenever you are just playing with your Helm charts, okay? These kind of techniques exactly you need to follow. That's really awesome, team. Okay, that's really awesome. So what are the possible things are there? You just try to keep those things, especially with respect to your values.yaml or chart.yaml. Okay, and also you can control few things at runtime also. That is also possible, especially the release name. Release name is the one exactly you will create Helm release name. We'll call that one Helm release name. Exactly you will get at the runtime. Okay, that one also you can control. But at the moment you just did for the deployment YAML, there is one more called service section also. Service section is also available. Okay, which you need to modify the service YAML also. How exactly the Helm chart work for the service YAML. This one also we need to think about and we need to see. So to see this one again, the concept is same, team. Okay, again concept is same. What exactly you need to do? First and foremost thing, you need to create a service YAML first. Okay, that's a common thing first you need to create. For example, I'm just creating a service YAML. So once you create a service YAML, then it will be very smooth to understand, okay, what exactly the values you need to override, what exactly the values you need to pass, those things and all you will really understand. Okay, that is what exactly you will understand on the service.yaml. Thank you for the session. See you in the next part.